to an unusual form of the drug. But before we get to those headlines, let's check in with Ashley Grams for a quick look at the forecast. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning, Alma, and hello to February. First weekend of February, absolutely beautiful. Here's a look outside at the Dalles right now. We're about 30 minutes away from sunrise. Going to be absolutely beautiful. We're probably going to see these clouds lift here in the next few hours, and we don't have to worry about rain. How awesome is that? This is a look downtown right now at Portland, about 35 degrees, so still pretty chilly out there this morning, but we're going to see temperatures rise up into about the 50s. About 53 should be our high today here in the metro area. Winds right now very calm, so a good morning to get out, walk the dog, hang out with the family. Let's take a look at some of our other temperatures. 31 degrees in Vancouver, 33 in Aurora, pretty similar out there on the coast. 37 degrees in Tillamook, 38 in Astoria, just a little bit colder for those folks east of the Cascades. 23 degrees in Sun River. Medford sitting at about 30 degrees. So again, we're going to see a very pleasant weekend. We're not going to see any rain, or shouldn't see any significant rain here today. We're going to see those temperatures in the 50s, and we're going to leave tomorrow to deal with that wind. We'll talk more about the wind and what we could see the rest of this weekend coming up. Alma.
Thank you so much. Now, new this morning, Portland police are investigating a shooting at a bar in southeast Portland. Witnesses tell us it happened just after 8 o'clock last night at the Lariat Lounge, which is off of Division near 170th Avenue, 74th Avenue, I should say. Investigators say one person was hurt and taken to the hospital with serious injuries. They say everyone involved was contacted at the scene, and they're not currently searching for any suspects. Portland police have arrested an alleged drug dealer connected to the overdose of a man in southwest Portland. Detectives say the suspect was also dealing close to a school. As Catherine Cook found out, this is a step forward for investigators in their fight against fentanyl.
When we think of the fentanyl crisis, our minds may settle on downtown Portland. It's certainly in plain view here, but for police,
this is an epidemic.
One of their latest and maybe most critical fentanyl cases is rooted in southwest Portland's Hillsdale neighborhood, just feet from Ida B. Wells High School. It was here, police say, Hugo Gomez Soto sold fentanyl to a 29-year-old man back in December. Shortly after that, police say the man who lived in the area died of a drug overdose. Medical examiners found fentanyl in his system. The Portland Police Bureau's Narcotics and Organized Crime Unit took the case. Using cell phone records, they say it appeared the victim had bought fentanyl from Gomez Soto.
So what our investigators did was pose as the victim, and they basically set up a buy with this presumed dealer.
Portland Police spokesman Mike Benner says officers set up the sting in the same spot as Gomez Soto's last alleged drug deal with the victim. Court documents show it was less than 700 feet from the high school.
Mr. Hugo Gomez Soto came to the neighborhood, and he had pills on him. He had baggies of drugs, and he was taken into custody.
After Gomez Soto consented to a search, police say they found 20 pills and 2 1-gram baggies of fentanyl on him. They also found baggies for packaging drugs in his car. Court documents suggest the drugs were similar to those found on the victim when he died. A grand jury indicted Gomez Soto on 10 charges, including criminally negligent homicide.
They have to be accountable.
Cindy Louie lives in the neighborhood. She thinks of the kids and families exposed to the drugs changing hands here, and she thinks of the man who OD'd. According to police, this is the first case indicted in Multnomah County Circuit Court for a death connected to a drug overdose. Cindy is grateful for that.
I would like to have it stopped. I don't like any of the drugs, but this is very deadly and we need to stop it.
According to the DA's office, Gomez Soto is a citizen of Honduras. He had 14 different aliases and had been arrested 5 times for drug-related charges in multiple states. He was even deported back to Honduras after a 2014 arrest, but returned. Police can only hope this case sticks.
Of course, we don't want anyone to die from drug overdoses, but it's good to know that this is now a valuable tool we have to hold people accountable.
In southwest Portland, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Take a look now at what investigators found when they busted some suspected drug traffickers in Tigard. These are 8 55-gallon barrels filled with liquid heroin. Authorities arrested 4 people at a Tigard motel last week. They say were moving the drugs in a U-Haul. They believe they're connected to a Mexican crime organization. We asked the director of the high-intensity drug trafficking program if heroin in liquid form is something he's seen before.
Not at all. That's why I say this is extremely unusual. We've never seen this before. It's a huge concern. It's something new. We'll continue to monitor it and try and make sense of what it means.
According to court documents, drug trafficking organizations are attempting to increase their profit margins by transporting heroin in liquid form. Columbia Sportswear says it plans to lay off between 3 and 5% of its workforce. CEO Tim Boyle made the announcement this week during a quarterly call with investors. Boyle painted a tough outlook for 2024 that includes a decline in net sales. He says the company needs to make $75 to $90 million in cuts. Those layoffs, which will primarily impact corporate workers, are expected by the end of March. We will be right back.